All right. And three, two, one. Back at it here on the Alaska Sports Talk podcast. So glad to have you along wherever you're tuned in. Like, subscribe, wherever you get your podcasts. Uh, we're back at it. Yeah. Unlike Micah Parsons. Ha ha. He's not.
Yeah, that's right.
He's
No,
not back at it. Yeah. Yeah.
well,
Anyway.
he's back at practice, just not wearing the star.
Yeah. He's wearing some ugly green and gold uniform with a G on their helmet.
And I think I
And
think I think Brad's happy.
I think he probably is. I
Probably
don't.
pretty
I'm hearing rumors though he might not play week one.
well.
So
I heard that he's gonna have to get an injection to play week one, and
yeah.
that's if he gets it.
Oh, hold up. Fantasy football draft here.
Oh,
Hold on,
fantasy
I got.
football
I got.
draft.
Got to make a
Yeah,
pick here, guys. I
got to
can.
make a pick.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey,
It's
now
not
that's
joke.
commitment. That's
For
commitment
those of
right
you
there.
listening, yeah, legit. Yeah,
That is
ESPN.
commitment, folks.
Give me 1 second.
He wanted to
Um,
do this podcast. It was important to him to talk to all of you. He
yes,
is in the middle of a fantasy football draft.
got it.
That's
Got the
pretty
pick in. Pick is
impressive.
in. We're good. We're
That's
good.
pretty. I had two drafts this weekend,
Did you?
Friday and
It's that
or
time of year.
Saturday and Sunday.
How do you feel about your teams?
I'm feeling pretty good. I do. I didn't. Some people when you're in a two quarterback league, they draft the quarterback a little bit earlier. I'm a proponent of waiting to draft the quarterback, and sometimes
Yeah.
that can bite you, especially if your quarterbacks that you get don't have a great week. That can really mess you up. But I think I got what is it? Justin Herbert in one
Okay.
and Drake May. Those are two of my starting
Interesting.
quarterbacks. But then I was able to
Okay.
build up the wide receivers and running backs. It helps when some of the members of your draft decide to do,
Auto
tight
draft.
ends in the
Oh,
fourth round and
yeah.
or a kicker in the 11th. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
That kind of
I
stuff.
mean that's what I thought too. And of
Yeah.
course, you have to say something in the chat like, "What are you doing?" Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to do that.
Do you so I there's a league that I participate in that it doesn't do like a snake draft or an
Oh,
order. So it's an auction. Like you have amount of money, like you have like $250 to spend or $200. And
oh,
so you nominate players and bid on players. And that gets, yeah,
I bet
that
that gets
gets kind
spicy.
it can. I mean, you got to manage your money well, right? Because you don't want to blow like $65 on one guy, even though that's happened a couple of times. Like, I feel like CD Lamb, I think went for like $62 or something like that. I'm like,
Oof.
goodness gracious. It's not real money, mind you. It's not like,
Still, that's a
yeah,
lot. That's a
right.
big portion of your
Yes,
cap
that's your
space.
salary cap. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, so it's kind
we
of
do.
interesting.
We do a snake draft. I mean,
Yeah.
the people I'm running with, we do a snake draft, which is good.
Right.
But it was fun this year. My daughter helped, and so I put it up on the big TV. And I'm like, well, this round we could do this or this or this, but since they've picked these people, look at these people that are available still. So now it's a value pick in this round. And she's like, Dad, can I watch the draft with you next year? Can I watch the NFL draft with you? Is this what happens? I'm like, yeah, that's
Yeah. This
basically what
is
happens. This
for the
is
most
pretty,
part.
I mean, granted, the fantasy football one is a little bit more important than the NFL draft,
No,
but
yeah, right. Yeah.
yeah, of course. But it was pretty fun. She's like, oh man, that was stressful. I just was hoping that he wouldn't pick that person ahead of us, and he didn't. And then we got him, and it was so much fun. I
Yes.
was like,
Yes. You
yes,
got it.
you are
You're
my
sucked
daughter.
in. Sucked you in. Before like the internet, we used to do the drafts in person, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had the internet, but it didn't have the capabilities of like being in
No,
like
no.
yeah, anyway. So we did the draft in person. We used to have a giant board, right? And the stickers and the labels that would go up on the board, but we don't do that anymore because you can draft from the phone, you
Yeah,
know?
you can
So
draft from the phone. It's a lot
yeah.
easier.
Yeah. But anyway, fun times. Fun times. Hey, it is that time of year for fantasy football. So if you're having your fantasy football draft while listening to this podcast,
Congratulations to
yeah,
you.
congratulations. Awesome. Fantastic. Hopefully you didn't draft like, I don't know, somebody that's suspended or hurt.
Or
I've seen that
hopefully,
happen.
yeah, hopefully you
Oh,
didn't draft a defense in the fourth round or fifth round.
I'm trying to remember what year this was. And this was probably 15 plus years ago, but in a fantasy football draft, somebody drafted some somebody got hurt during the preseason, missed the rest of the year. And the guy didn't know that he was
Oh,
hurt, drafted him. And like
oh, that's
I was like, "Oh,
brutal.
dude." And like nobody had the
Nobody had the guts to tell
like to
him.
say like, "Yeah, no, so we let him
That's
pick, but
ooh,
then we were like, "Dude, you know he's out for the rest of the year. No, you're not. You're just messing with me. No, go read.
no,
Like,
read.
go
Oh,
look it up. He's done. Like,
that's
what?
yikes.
Can I read pick? No, you can't. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
It was brutal. But
yikes.
anyway, so hopefully it
That's
doesn't happen to you. But
hopefully that's not happening to you.
yeah,
But if it
hopefully
does,
not.
I better not. We better not be getting hate mail.
I hope that. Yeah,
Hate
no joke.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Well,
no.
the only one that I think Jordan Addison, the Vikings wide receiver, he's suspended for the
Right.
first few games of the year, so may want to hold off on that guy. But
I thought there was. I mean, I think there's a couple players, but I think there's one other name that was suspended.
I can't think
Addison.
of. Yeah, that's the only one I can think of. Jordan Addison, the wide receiver,
Right.
Vikings.
Jordan Addison. No, there's somebody. I think there's somebody from the Chiefs that's suspended.
Well, Rasheed Rice wasn't he up
I
for? He was
I can't
potentially could have
remember.
been. Oh, hold up, another pick here. Hold
Another
on,
pick.
another pick. Hold up.
We started talking
This is
fantasy.
round 16.
This is round 16. How many rounds
Yeah,
do you have?
this is like a 17 round thing.
Oh,
So
okay.
like we're
You're
down to the
filling out the
nitty.
bench. You're
Oh
filling
my
out the
gosh.
bench right now.
Yeah, like this is ridiculous. Anyway, like I just took a third tight end because like I don't need a
Well,
tight
so you
like
got to have a
anything
backup
else.
tight end.
I think I got like 5 or 6 wide receivers and 3 tight ends and 4 running backs. Whatever.
You got to
But
have depth.
I'll let you know
Got to
how my
have
season's
depth.
going. I'll keep you
Yeah,
guys informed because I know you guys care
it's-
about my fantasy football teams.
we do. We
So,
do. I think all the listeners, especially the ones in London
oh yeah,
and in South
totally,
Africa, definitely care.
totally,
Yep.
totally. Yeah. What people do care about is Alaska high school football and scores.
It's kind of like
Uh,
fantasy football.
kind of,
It's
kind
a
of.
nice bridge to
Yeah,
high school football.
yeah. Yeah. The fantasy high school world of football.
Now that's called a
Uh,
transition.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
And moving on. Moving on. Week number 3 of the high school football season in the books. Last week, across the board, it was non-conference games. Week number 3, non-conference week for everybody across all divisions, I believe. Division 1, Division 2, Division 3 as well. A couple of teams going out of state. Chugiak Mustangs went down to the Bay Area, just outside of San Francisco, Alameda County area. Played a school called the Encinal Jets, and the Mustangs, who were looking for their first victory of the year, picked it up on the road, 45-6 over the Encinal Jets. Cooper Surfius had a fantastic game. I think he rushed for nearly like 225 yards in that game. Landon Bobo, I think he had a 47-yard field goal, missed from 48, made all his extra points. The funny thing, and the kids wanted me to mention this on the podcast. So where the stadium is that game took place, right across the end zone, like probably I don't know, 20 yards behind the field goal are houses. So there's
Oh,
end zone, street, houses, right? And Bobo, the kicker, fantastic leg. Dude's gonna he's his goal is to break the state record for longest field goal, 56 yards, 57 yards, something like that.
nice.
And on one of his, I think, extra points, he hit it over the net. So there's a net that tries to keep balls from going like into the street, right? Hit it over the net and hit a dude's house.
Ooh.
And it was close to the window, and somebody poked their head out apparently and was like looking around, like what's just hit the house? Like, yeah, the kicker just kicked the ball over
That's
the net,
awesome.
over the street, smoked your house. And apparently one time they lost. Well, I say lost. They got the ball back, but the ball went into a gated fence area, and
Oh
like,
no.
how are we gonna get that one back? But somehow they did. So anyway, kids wanted me to throw it out there. So Bobo, his goal was he wanted to break a window, but he didn't break a window. That's what he was aiming for. So, uh, anyway, Mustangs big victory, 45-6 against the out-of-state Encinal Jets. So the Mustangs improved their overall record to 1-2. They travel to Lathrop this coming Saturday to take on the Lathrop Malamutes. Service in a tight one against North Pole. Service winning 8-6, a 2-point conversion. The difference there in that victory for the Service Cougars. They stay undefeated, so they're 3-0 to start the year. West and another nail biter. They've played some close games for the
They
first three
have.
weeks of the year. West able to hang on against West Valley 28-27. Homer and Kenai, the Homer Mariners taking down Kenai 44-0. Betty Davis East Anchorage Thunderbirds were also on the road. They were a little bit further south in the state of California. They were actually down in San Diego taking on Southwest High School out of San Diego. They lost 39-21. It was interesting because the trainer for the Chugiak Mustangs went from, you know, had a good road trip, I would say. You went to San Francisco, the Bay Area, and then got to travel south to go be the trainer for the East High Thunderbirds
Yeah.
down in San Diego, and then come back home.
It's a nice
So
gig if you can get it.
nice little weekend getaway.
Yeah.
Right there. So, um, anyway, so the Betty Davis East Anchorage Thunderbirds losing to Southwest San Diego 39-21. Soldotna keeps it rolling. This time against
Just,
the Division One opponent.
yeah, just rolling people.
56-7 against the Diamond Lynx, who are off to an 0-3 start, and the defending Division One state champions just struggling to get the offense going at all, really, through the first three games of the season. 7 points against Soldotna. I think, I'm trying to remember how many they scored in week two. Where's stats and info? Come on, hold up. Give me one moment here.
9
Stats.
week 2.
Yeah.
Scored 9 on week 2.
9. Okay. And I don't think in week one they did they score against Bartlett? No, they didn't. They got shut out. It was 12
shut
nothing.
out.
So they have struggled to get to the end zone, to say the least, have the Diamond Lynx. So they're trying to find some answers and try to get the offense rolling. Soldotna does not have that problem. They put up
Not so much.
77 and 56 in the last 2 weeks against their opponents. So the Soldotna Stars at it again. Houston and Reddington. Reddington taking down the Houston Hawks 40-20. Wasilla and Colony, a pretty tough game there between the Colony Knights and the Wasilla Warriors. What used to be a conference matchup, now a non-conference, with everything being realigned over the last couple of years. But the Colony Knights taking down the Wasilla Warriors 26-21. Seward and Valdez. This is 9-man football. Keep in mind, 68-8, the Seward Seahawks over the Valdez Buccaneers. Lathrop and South. This one kind of surprised me a little bit. The South Anchorage Wolverines 31-7 over the Lathrop Malamutes, looking impressive at home. Was the Wolverines offensively? They were able to light the scoreboard up for 31 points against Lathrop. I thought Lathrop was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little bit of a closer ball game in my, when I saw that matchup in week number 3, but didn't turn out so. Eagle River and Barrow. Eagle River Wolves winning 42-0 over the Barrow Whalers. And then the Palmer Moose. Look out.
Palmer Moose.
41-20 over Juneau. It's the first meeting, by the way, between those two schools since anybody?
I have no idea. That's a good question.
2017, last time they played.
Hmm.
Between Palmer and the Juneau Douglas Crimson Bears. So, yeah, Palmer looking really strong. I mean, who is it? Their quarterback? It's like, I don't know. He's playing out of his mind right now. But yeah, Nolan Gardner, tall kid. He's got to be the tallest quarterback in the state, I think. I think he's like
bed.
6. I think he's like 6'3", maybe even taller than that. And I'm like, whoa. Like, you think of a prototypical like NFL quarterback, he's got the height for it. But Nolan Gardner lit it up yet again offensively. That they also got a big kick return to open up the game, a kick return for a touchdown. They ran a reverse on a
nice.
kickoff, and they had 83-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Corbin Gherkin. So it was an impressive way to start for the Palmer Moose, who are now 2-1 overall after the victory against the Juneau Douglas Crimson Bears. So that kind of gets you caught up on a few of the scores from week number 3 across the state of Alaska. Games coming up this Friday and Saturday: Soldotna and Eagle River, Houston versus Kenai, Homer versus Reddington, Wasilla in North Pole, West and Colony, Nikiski Valdez, Barrow and Kodiak, Chugiak and Lathrop, Diamond versus Service, and Juneau versus Bartlett, East in South, West Valley versus Palmer. That could be the game of the week right there.
I
The
think
way
you're
that West
right.
Valley is played, it'll be that could be a tough game between West Valley and Palmer, even though they just come off of that loss by 1 point against West. So that should be an interesting ball game there out at Palmer. So back to conference matchups. I think everything from here on out, in terms of the regular season for high school football, it's all conference games. Um, I believe from
I'm
week
pretty sure you're
number
right on
4
that.
on.
Yeah.
So, and it's this is the I'm not saying this is the make or break point of the season. I mean, high school football it's 8 weeks long, right? You're getting to week 4. Some of these teams are 0 and 2 in conference play, right? If you go 0 and 3, like it's not happening. Like I mean, I say it's not happening. It's gonna be tough to make the playoffs, especially at the Division Two level when only 4 teams get in. Division One, I think they still have all 8 teams in. They're gonna
Yep.
so
That's correct.
even if you don't win, you can make the playoffs, which that's a whole nother thing that
That's a whole nother topic.
I don't like. Don't get me started. Like,
Don't
come
get
on,
me started on
like
that.
that one. That's I understand playing the game and having the games and things like that and wanting the quarterfinal round, but when you only have 8 teams, like yeah, just
Yep.
never mind. Never
Yep.
mind.
I'm
So,
with yeah.
but at
We could have a
Division
whole nother
Two,
podcast.
Division Two this year, it's only the top 4 teams, right? So,
Yep.
uh, there's 8 teams in Division Two, and if you start 0 and 2, you go 0 and 3 in conference with 3 weeks left to play. Like it's tough, and depending on who you have on your schedule, even if you win all those 3 games or whatever might be remaining, you might still not make the playoffs. So, uh, definitely a big week. For some teams, kind of a make or break type of week, depending on how things shake out. So, games this Saturday or Friday and Saturday, you can find them all listed at ASAA365.com and check out the list of upcoming matchups as well. Kind of wanted to give you the standings where things stand as far as D1 and D2. So let's take a look at the Cook Inlet Conference standings. Right now, mentioned that Service, they're undefeated. They're 3-0. They're 2-0 in conference. West also is 3-0 and 2-0 in conferences. They get ready to take on the 1-1 Colony Knights in terms of Cook Inlet Conference play. Colony's 2-1 overall. But so you have West or Service West, Juneau, Bartlett, South, Colony. So Juneau, Bartlett, South, and Colony are out all at 1-1 in conference play. East and Diamond are still looking for their first victories of the season period, let alone in conference. So if you would have told me that East and Diamond would be, 7 and 8 in the Cook Inlet Conference in terms of standings going into week number 4, I would have said you're probably crazy and would not agreed with you. But
Yep.
here we are. It's week number 4 coming up, and you have Service and West at the top spots right now. So it'll be interesting here down the stretch as high school football here in Alaska always is. So that's D1 standings. Anything stand out to you, Isaiah, in terms of the Cook Inlet Conference standings there?
I just
Other than yeah,
I'm surprised on how tight it is because
okay,
we've over the last few years we've just seen some of these dominant teams, but at the same time there's always going to be that cyclical thing that happens where eventually that's not going to be the case.
yeah,
So maybe we're in one of those times.
could
You know,
be totally
it's just one of those interesting things about high school is you're going to get some of those ebb and flows, especially with the football programs
right.
where there's so many players on each team. And I mean, I think we're seeing some of that with Diamond, where if you have one just dominant player, that accounted for. I don't know what some of those numbers were last year. I can't remember, but I know it
Well,
was a lot. I mean, it
he
wasn't.
probably accounted for 95% of the offense
Yeah, I mean, it just
in some
you
way or
lose
shape or form.
you lose somebody like that, you're going to be struggling, which isn't a huge shock. But at the same time, they were a state title team for a reason last year.
Right.
And you can't, I mean, with 11 players on the field, you just can't do it just all by yourself. So what's stopping the offense from going?
Yeah.
Besides just one player, what's in that way? And I don't know their roster well enough to say, well, they lost, X amount of offensive linemen or so. I just don't
Right.
know. But
In graduations and things
yeah,
like that. Yeah. Who all, right.
so
No,
I
I
just
think I'm
kind of
just,
look, I just look at it where it's maybe we're in one of those times where it's going to be kind of anybody's game for football. And again, it's early. It's only going to be week 4. So there's still time for some bigger separation.
yeah.
But,
Right.
I think service is has kind of surprised me a little bit. I wasn't expecting service to be 3-0. That that's not something I had expected.
Yeah. I think there's probably a lot of people in that boat,
Yeah.
uh, you know, saying, hey, service 3-0. And then I think after the first 2 weeks and how they really did well offensively, putting a lot of points on the board through week 1 and week 2, and then to struggle the way that they did against North Pole was kind of interesting. So, but they squeaked by and they're undefeated. So, I think the biggest thing is that you mentioned, at least from my point of view, is the fact that the offense for Diamond has struggled as hard as it has to the first 3 weeks of the season. So, I think that's just I would not have expected Diamond. I mean, okay, you lose some games, but at least you're putting points on the board. But they're not putting points on the board.
Yeah,
So,
that's
I mean, the defense is playing good. I mean, you only give up 12 points to Bartlett, and um, what was it this past week? Got to go back. I'm losing my
let's
mind here.
see.
I mean, they didn't.
They,
They gave, well,
56
56,
to
but I mean, you're
Soldotna,
playing
but
Soldotna, right?
everybody's
But
giving up 56 to Soldotna.
yeah, I mean, and then last week or week 2, you said what was the score in week two's
Was
game?
well, it's 13. They gave up 13 to
Yeah,
West.
13. I mean, so the defense for Diamond's been playing well. It's just the offense was kind of,
13 to West and 12 for Bartlett.
yeah. So
No, you're going to win a lot of football games keeping it into a 2-score game
you
like that.
you would think, but
Yep.
that's not the case. So anyway, Rail Belt division, Lathrop and Soldotna at the top of the Rail Belt, undefeated. Both teams 2-0 in conference play. Soldotna 3-0 overall. Lathrop is 2-1. West Valley, North Pole, Palmer, Eagle River, all at 1-1 in conference play. West Valley, North Pole are 1-2. Palmer and Eagle River are 2-1. And then Chugiak and Wasilla, 0-2 in Rail Belt play. Wasilla still looking for their first win of the year. They're 0-3. Mustangs picked up their first win, 1-2 overall as they won down in California, as we mentioned earlier on. So Lathrop and Sohai at the top, and then kind of everybody else down below with West Valley, North Pole, Palmer, Eagle River, all in the tie currently for third place in the conference. And then Wasilla and Chugiak rounding out the conference standings there. Um, I don't know if there's any surprises necessarily in terms of teams who I would think would be at the top. Obviously, Sohai would be a team that we assume to be up there year in and year out, and yes, they are once again. Lathrop as well at 2-0. Not really surprised they're in the top 2 spots of the rail belt. Um, Palmer, I mean, I know that they're 1-1 in conference play, but one of the losses to Soldotna. I would not be surprised that if the Palmer Moose get like the 2 seed, right?
No,
Um,
no, I
that would
wouldn't
not
be.
be
No,
shocking out of the rail belt the way that they're playing. So definitely keep an eye on the Palmer Moose uh, coming out of the rail belt. I think that could be interesting. And then the 3 and 4 spots, those over the last 2 years, those have been really crazy. Like last year, it came down to a tiebreaker who was going to get that 4th spot between Eagle River and Chugiak. Um, and there was, I went, I think, to like, I don't know, whatever the third thing is in the
it was.
bylaws and things like that.
Yep.
So those final usually those 3, 4 spots, it's always a grind trying to figure out who's going to be in, who's going to be out. So keep an eye on that throughout the course of the season as well. So that kind of gets you at least caught up, at least on some of the stuff that happened in the high school
Uh,
football realm of things.
One
Um,
thing that
yep.
I would say with the D3, Homer is looking from some of the scores that are coming in. I know
Yeah.
they upset. I would say they upset Kenai last year to bring home the D3 title.
Yeah.
And right now, Homer is looking like a bulldozer. I mean, they just, uh, man, that's some of the scores. What was it? They brought in, they ended up beating, I think it was Kenai.
Yeah, they beat
Yeah,
Kenai. Yeah.
44-0.
Right.
Now, the funny thing is, and I think Kenai's probably hoping for the same thing is, you know, it looked like Homer had beat them, or Homer had gotten trounced by Kenai, and then Homer ended up beating them in the state title. Maybe Kenai's thinking, hopefully, we can
Right.
pull one over on them. And again, Homer had a player that wasn't playing earlier last year, but that's a pretty impressive.
Yeah.
They're putting on a show right now in the first 3 weeks. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
D3 standings, Homer's 3-0, Reddington's at 2-1. Kenai, Houston, Barrow, all at 1-2, and Kodiak at 0-2, in terms of where the standings are. So the Homer Mariners, yeah, I think you're exactly right. I mean, very impressive offensively through the first couple of weeks of this season. So see if they can keep it rolling offensively. Reddington has also been putting up some good numbers in terms of score uh, over the first couple of weeks of the year uh, as well. So probably the two top teams, Homer and Reddington right now.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, out of uh, out of the Mid Alaska. Do they still call it the Mid Alaska, even though it's just Division Three?
It's
I guess
no, I think they call it
something
no
else.
Mid Alaska. I think Mid Alaska is Division 2. No, that's Northern Lights. I can't remember now.
Well, the Rail Belt's Division Two, right? I mean, it's just like, and do you see that's the
It's
weird thing about why do we even have conferences? Like, it's all separated by division now. Like this, there's
it's
nobody that's in a conference, right?
yeah. You won't get an argument from me on that
Division.
one. Yep.
Like everybody that plays Division One is part of the Cook Inlet Conference. Get rid of it. Get rid of the conference. Just say you're Division One, right? There's no conference champion. You're the D1 champion, right? I mean,
Yep.
come on. Let's let's go. What are we doing? I don't know.
uh,
I mean,
don't
when
get me
you
as
had
the
Division One that had three different conferences, then yeah, that made sense.
made a little more.
But
Don't get me started on some of that football stuff.
anyway,
Telling
yeah.
you.
Hey, I would love to be the high school football czar. Like I would run it.
Yeah.
Like, all right, here's what we're doing. Here's how we're going to do it,
I
and why we're doing it because it makes sense. So,
you wouldn't get an argument from me.
all right.
I think it'd
Well,
be
I
a good
got one
idea.
vote. I got one vote.
Let's
So
petition Keaton Homer, football czar for Alaska.
I like it. I like it. Uh, Really quick, I want to give you the flag football standings. I won't give you the scores because there's so many scores from flag football
Yeah, they're kind of
that
all they happen. There's so many games. It's kind of
yeah,
like
there's a,
volleyball.
I think some teams played like 3 games last week, and I know there's
Yeah.
games today on Tuesday night as well. But updated standings from at least as of yesterday, not including any games from today. Service and Wasilla at the top. Service is undefeated, 6-0. Wasilla 6-1. North Pole 6-1. They are the defending state champion, by the way. Colony 4-1 as well. Diamond is at 5-1, so they should actually be ahead of Colony there in that fourth spot, not the 5 spot. But Service, Wasilla, North Pole, Diamond, Colony. South is at 4-2, and then records start to go below 500 after about the number 6 spot in the standings. Lathrop, West Valley, Chugiak, Bartlett, Eagle River, Reddington, and East rounding out the standings. So flag football in terms of playoff picture, is that it's the top
Well, see,
eight
well,
or
it's an eight team state tournament.
right?
It's an eight
Okay.
team state tournament. So I I don't. I guess. I mean, maybe from the look of this, they all went to one conference. I I don't
I
know.
yeah, I think
I honestly don't know that the answer to that one. Boy, you
I
go
don't know if
from
they all went to one conference. I think there's still like you have
I'm pretty sure they're still in separate conferences.
yeah, I think they are, but um, interesting. Anyway,
Well, let me check. Maybe it could be just a um um what do you call it? An error or something on
right. So those were
Max
more the
Preps.
rankings than they are standings. I mean, because yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
I'm pretty
service.
sure they're still the same.
Yeah, I think they still have.
I still I'm Yeah, I'm pretty sure they still have conferences.
Yeah, totally. Like you know, the CIC for flag football. I mean, so Service, South, Diamond, uh, you know, Bartlett, East, and I think for flag football, the rail belt consists of Wasilla Colony,
Yeah, it's
Diamond,
Cook Inlet gets 5
right,
to state, and then Rail Belt is so there's Cook Inlet, and then everybody else is in the Rail Belt,
right,
and Rail
yeah.
Belt gets 3.
It is Chugach part of the Cook Inlet Conference for flag football, or are they
Yep.
part of the rail
So
belt?
Rail Belt is Colony, Houston, Lathrop,
See,
North Pole, Reddington, Wasilla, West Valley.
see, but for tackle football, Chugach is part of the rail belt. See, come
Mm-hmm.
on, this is the
Yep.
kind of stuff that needs to be fixed, people. This is it.
Well, Chugiak's also in a different division.
Exactly. Yeah.
Different
Division
division,
two.
Division
Division
two.
two. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Goodness gracious. What are we doing? Yeah. It's got to be fixed. I'm the
well,
man for the job.
if I'm not
I'm
mistaken,
doing it
that was something. Do it, yeah.
anyway.
If I'm not mistaken, I thought that was something. Again, this is years ago, and I know Eagle River had asked to go down to Division
Right.
Two a while back,
Correct.
but I don't remember when that was.
They did it before Chugiak did. So
They did.
I want to say 20.
Was it before COVID?
Oh yeah. Uh 2017, 2016, 2017. I feel like is when they did it. Somewhere in that time frame. Anyway. But then Chugiak, a couple, 3 seasons later, made the decision to then also, based on enrollment and things of that nature. And that was when everything was shifting. Like,
A lot of
because
things were shifting.
Wasilla, Palmer, you know, and then the Fairbanks schools all went to D2.
Yep.
Like, so yeah, there was this huge shift. Um, because everything division wise is based on student enrollment, right? How many students are enrolled at a school. So,
Yep.
uh, but yeah, I want to say Eagle River moved to Division Two. They were the first defector, if you want to call it that, I guess. But um, yeah, they went down 2017-ish, I want to say, I think. But and then everybody else started to kind of follow suit. So uh, conference realignment at the high school
Conference
football level.
realignment.
Yeah. So um,
And it won't be the last.
no, it won't. No, you're exactly right. There's going to be more. I mean,
Oh yeah.
whether my honest opinion, here it is. Division One and Division Two should not have be separate divisions. All one. And then you go back to conferences, right? You have legitimate Cook Inlet Conference, Rail Belt Conference, Mid Alaska, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Like the way it used to be. Like,
Yeah.
but uh I don't
I
know if
think
we'll ever see that.
I don't know if we'll ever I once you add a state tournament for
Yeah.
something,
Yeah. Getting rid of it is,
getting rid
yeah,
of it,
right.
good luck.
Yeah.
Even if it should happen,
Right.
getting rid of it is
It's another
next to
story.
impossible.
Another story. Yeah. Uh, Yeah, it's definitely.
But I agree with you, and I've heard things floated, and I know it's not popular among some coaches and things like that, but at the same time, enrollments have been going down in certain places. I mean, what are I mean, it's just it's a
I
difficult
I
it's
think
a difficult question to answer. And if you had, like you're saying, division one and Cook Inlet, division two, and to do you could have your conference champions and then the semifinals are cross,
right.
something like that, which is not something that would be out of the ordinary or unreasonable, I don't think. So you could have a state champion of a Soldotna, and they're not having to play all the division one schools all the time.
No, no, not at
So
all.
you could set it up that way so you do have a
I mean,
true state champion. But I can see where division one we go through this schedule and it's not fair. And then division two schools are, well, we can't compete with the division ones
well,
all the time. It's
that's like college football, though. I mean,
I
like
agree. It's
in
if
terms of okay, you have all the conferences, you all compete at the division. I mean,
you're division level and you
your
want
FBS schools, right? And so
to,
football bowl subdivision schools. Yeah, well, the schedule for a Big 12 school completely different
it's
than
going
a
to be different
schedule
than in
for the,
Big Ten or SEC right now.
the
I mean,
SEC or Big Ten
yep,
or even, and then the American Athletic Conference, the AAC, completely different than anybody. So, but do you still get a chance to go play for a national championship potentially? Yes, you do. Yeah. So I don't know. I think from a competition standpoint for high school football here in the state of Alaska, I think it'd actually be a lot better having just what Division One is now and Division Two combined, boom, and then schedule it out, and then you get to play a true state tournament playoff to
yeah.
figure out who's the best team. So anyway,
Well, and then the other thing is that Division three level,
yeah,
and I've said this for a long time, is that Division three, if you want to opt and play 11-man football,
yeah,
you play in the division, high level Division one or Division two that are in that
right,
big pile now.
yeah,
And if you don't, then you play 9-man. But there's
right.
not this third
Third.
division of 11-man football. I've
Well, and how
I've thought
many
that for a while.
there's how many schools competing at Division Three? Five or six?
Six, I think it is
Yeah,
right now.
six. Yeah. So I mean, I think there's what, eight schools at Division Two. There's eight at Division One.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a 16 team, you know, division with conferences.
Yeah, it's six right
You
now for
know,
Division three.
yeah,
And a lot of those schools are small enough and they've played a lot. They play Nikiski, they play
right.
Valdez before. Those were the teams in their conference for 9-man football.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree with that. I mean, that makes sense. See, you can be on my board.
I'm
Like,
I'm in. I'm
I'll,
in.
I'll run it. And you can be on the side. Like, all right, you know, my advisor. There you
Yep.
go.
I'm
I
I
like
can be a good advisor.
it. So anyway, all right. So high school football, flag football. You can check out the schedules, ASAA365.com. Get caught up on all the scores and highlights and things like that. There at that website. Where do we want to go now? Do we want to go UAA volleyball?
Yeah, let's go.
UAA volleyball season underway as they got four games under their belt this past week, and including one over the number nine ranked team of the nation, Chaminade. Um, Seawolves taking down Hawaii Pacific, Hawaii Hilo, Chaminade. They defeated Hawaii Hilo twice, but have started 4-0 this season after that big victory against Chaminade last Friday night, or Friday afternoon, I should say. Um, it took them 5 sets. They have already got a couple of 5-set wins under their belt. They had one against Hawaii Hilo on Thursday night, then Chaminade on Friday afternoon. Then they bounced back with an 11:30 a.m. game against Hawaii Hilo in a 4-set victory. Seawolves back at it at the Alaska Airlines Center this week for the Seawolf Invitational. Seawolves playing host to Cal State San Marcos UAF, Biola, and Minot State also uh, coming up for this the Seawolf Invitational. Uh, Matches start on Thursday at 4 p.m. And then there's going to be matches at 9:30 on Friday morning, noon on Friday, and 5 p.m. and 7:30. So a lot of volleyball on Friday. One, two, three, four matches on Friday, and then you'll have three matches on Saturday at 9 a.m., 11:30 a.m., and then at 2 p.m. as well. So uh, early morning volleyball for
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday. But you can get your tickets online at goseawolves.com. Seawolves looking impressive. Madison Galloway just got some honors this week. GNAC Defensive Player of the Week after she was terrific over the course of this last weekend. I think she's averaging right around 4.24 digs per set. At least through the first four matches of the season. She's about to eclipse a couple of her coaches, actually, in terms of, I believe, I want to say assists. I think she's about
Hmm.
to eclipse 1,000 plus assists. Oh, no, digs. It's digs. Um, so she's over 1,000 career digs, and now she's going to pass her head coach and her assistant coach on the volleyball all-time dig list this coming weekend. So she sits 15th all time in terms of the number of digs. Currently, she has 1,025 career digs as a Seawolf. So she was going to pass her head coach Stacy Meisner and her assistant coach Morgan Ho as well on the all-time Seawolf volleyball career digs list. So uh, Seawolf volleyball team off to a decent start. So 4-0 and have some Division II tests this week with the Seawolf Invitational. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, go to goseawolves.com, get your tickets, and get ready for what's going to be an awesome, awesome volleyball season. So you haven't been to a game yet, though. How dare you? I mean,
No,
the
I
season
haven't.
just started,
It's,
Isaiah.
I
So
know. It's, yeah, I haven't been to, it's been hard to get to anything right now.
yeah, yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, it's fantasy football drafts. It's taking up
Well,
your time.
yeah, it's taken up a
I
lot
mean,
of time. All the research that I do
yeah,
and all that. Yeah.
right. All that kind of stuff.
Got to
So
research the kickers and the
that's important.
defense. Got to
Yep.
look at all those things.
That's important. Yep. Yep. So anyway, you can get caught up at goseawolves.com, find all the scores and highlights and also stats for UAA volleyball as well. Do we want to go on a rant to end the show
Well,
or no? Or should we
I'd say
save it?
we should probably say that because
Okay.
we're
All
getting
right.
a little longer in this one.
That's fine. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
We'll throw
Let
it
the
out there though.
Yeah,
Should
let's
we?
throw it out there. Throw it out there and let people marinate on this for next week. That's a good idea.
Okay. So you and we were talking earlier this weekend about what constitutes Alaska is very unique from the sports landscape and how athletes are
Mhm.
covered,
Yep.
right? We grow very attached to when athletes go to, out of state, a college at a high level or go on to the pros, right?
Yep.
And there's some athletes who I would say, yeah, you're from Alaska. And then there's some athletes where I'm like, meh, you
Yeah.
left when you were in sixth grade. Like, yeah, you were born here, or you you moved out like prior to high school.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, I'll leave. We'll talk more about this. I don't know if that counts as being an Alaskan athlete, but um, yeah, we'll talk more about this because it's an interesting thing because I feel like Alaska is I think it's just unique because the sports landscape is so small that we want to
Yep.
grow attached to these, you
Absolutely.
know, young individuals and like you represent the state of Alaska. They're from Alaska. They're Alaskan. And there's a few of them where I'm like, I don't know. Don't know about
Are
that one.
they?
Yeah.
Are
Don't know.
they? They
Yeah.
spent some time here, but
Right.
are they an Alaskan
Yeah.
athlete?
Did you get a PFD? I mean, I don't know.
Well, and
So,
yeah, that's why this topic
yeah.
could last a little
Oh,
longer
it's
than
going to
a.
go longer.
It can go longer than a few minutes,
So,
but
so think about it. What in your mind, I guess, constitutes as somebody being from Alaska and representing the state of Alaska? I mean,
mhm.
so I have my opinion. I'll share it with you guys next week on the podcast, and we can kind of go from there and uh, go on a little bit of a rant. I know Isaiah has his
Yeah,
strong
we'll
opinion
see.
too.
We'll see where we land with all of you out there.
Yeah, we'll see. So it'll be interesting. All right. Well, that kind of wraps it up for this edition of the Alaska Sports Talk podcast. Remember, like, subscribe wherever you get the podcast. Also, find our website as well, alaskasportstalk.com. You can get caught up on the previous episodes and things like that. Somebody was telling me, like, hey, I didn't know you guys talked with Tim Davis. I was like, yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just if you missed it, like, go check out the latest episode.
yeah.
Brad Lowers had a nice little chat with old Timmy.
And there's a
So,
way. There's a way. I've heard about this, Keaton, but
yes.
I want to bring it up again. There's a way not to miss any one of the
Oh,
episodes,
I know,
and
dude.
that's by subscribing. It's free. Just hit the like button on the subscribe for your podcast, and they're automatically downloaded so you never
Yeah.
miss one.
It's not like you have to pay to subscribe. Now, if you
No,
want to pay us,
you
we'll
can.
gladly, you know.
And there's been people that have asked. So I mean, honestly, we put it on our website. If you want to support Alaska Sports Talk, you can.
Yeah,
So you can do
totally.
that because we've had some people ask, so it's there, but it costs nothing to subscribe. So that's the easiest way. Don't miss an episode.
Totally. Wherever you get your podcast, hit the like and subscribe button. And
Hmm.
yeah, you'll be always, I get the notifications. Easiest way to do
Yeah.
it.
It's nice
So,
not have to think about it.
right. Automatically. Just comes right to your inbox. So, anyway, that's going to do it for this edition of the Alaska Sports Talk podcast. For Isaiah Freeman, I'm Keaton Homer signing it off. We'll see you out there in the Alaska sports universe somewhere out there. Yeah.